Today marks 1521st day of daily lessons, daily reflections, and I need to speak about self-doubt. I was reflecting that when a person is going through a tough season, and there is a failure after failure after failure, after disappointment, after rejection, after embarrassment, after mistake. So there's a lot of mistakes, a lot of disappointments, a lot of bad things happening in a span of a season. So what it does to a person? Great self-doubt. I was thinking why people quit. And it's an interesting thing because people say like people mostly quit right before achieving success. People quit right before success, and there's a beautiful example that people mention that, and it is that it's such darkness and morning before the morning, before the sunrise comes in, is the darkest time in the day. So after the darkest time of the day, then slowly the sunrise is coming up. But that's where in the darkest moment people quit. But people quit because they have self-doubt, and that's unfortunate because most likely during that embarrassment, during that rejection, during that mistake, over and over and over again, you have developed so much. You developed potentially, but you potentially could develop because every single person have a choice. And this is very cliche, but it's a very, very, very important sentence. Is that things that happened not to you, that happened for you. I think the first time I heard it from Benjamin Hardy, but it's a really very powerful statement. It has a saying that things happen for you, not to you. When you have that mindset, where that things happen for you and not to you, things perspective changes. So what this means that when you look into your past mistake, when you look into past disappointment, when you think about rejection, when you think about disappointment, you look at what did it teach me? What did I potentially could learn from it? Because everything has opposite. So this is rejection, this is negative. So what kind of opposite does it have? Because I think that it's very, very hard sometimes to think about positives when you're going through a difficult season, when you're going through a tough season. And I learned that people quit not because they are bad, not because they didn't develop something, not because they are ready. People quit because they have a self-doubt. And the most important thing is that when they develop the skills that when they finally supposed to harvest, then they decide to say that probably is not for me. Because self-doubt kick in. And our execution goes down. Before you execute it with the full confidence, with full courage, but you failed over and over and over again. Now finally have the skill set. Now you finally have the abilities. Now you finally have all the things necessary to succeed. But confidence is there, not there. Courage is not there. Self-doubt is there. So it's such a unique moment. When you had confidence, you didn't have abilities. Now you have abilities, but you don't have confidence. And this moment, this specific moment, when you have abilities, when you don't have confidence, you don't have courage, you have massive self-doubt kicked in. That is a moment where separates people who succeed and not. People who succeed go through self-doubt. They go through confidence issues and courage issues because the most important part, I think that it doesn't matter how much confidence you had, how much willingness you have. Because bravery, that's I think that sometimes that's where we need to move to bravery. Being brave to execute while be fearful, when be doubtful. Because everyone is able to execute when you have confidence. But I think that true success lies when you don't have confidence, when you don't have courage, but you still are able to do the thing that is necessary to succeed. I think that's where it lies. So that means it doesn't matter. Like I think that successful people have self-doubt and they have enormous amounts of self-doubt. But what they have as well is ability and willingness to do the right thing, even though that they feel that maybe not enough. Maybe something is going on. Maybe this path is not for me. It doesn't matter if there's at least 1% chance. If there is 0.01 100% chance. I will take it. I will take it because I know that if I will not take it, I will go back where I came from, and I know that place is not pretty. And maybe it's not pretty because I know that I'm leaving my. Maybe it's not pretty when I say that. Maybe it's totally comfortable. It's comfortable. It's good, but it's not pretty because you know that you're leaving your potential behind, and that is again this is a toll on your soul. So being able to really allocate everything what you got, all the willingness to really go through that self-doubt until again that new confidence, new courage kicks in. That's I think that's an art. And I think that's again one of the main things that really separates people because every single person has self-doubt. Unless they have psychopaths. But every single person is having self-doubt. The only difference is that successful people are willing to go through the wall of self-doubt. So when I think about those three key words that I think about every single day next year is exposure, challenge, and joy, is that really how to expose myself and us into mistakes and really then expose ourselves to self-doubt and new things we never experienced before so we can go through that self-doubt and develop and I guess challenge ourselves to go through that. It might be any skill set that you choose to develop. Even could be that self-imposed challenge, self-imposed self-doubt. It can really go through the season of self-doubt. You can really get to a new way. And really, that's again when you go finally through that solid, you start to notice at least a small confidence. That's a massive joy. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.